Hey everyone, welcome back to Everyday English Explorers. I'm Jake, your resident word nerd, and today we're diving into a place most people would rather avoid, the doctor's office.
Oh no, Jake. Are you feeling sick? Or is this just for our listeners?
I'm perfectly healthy, knock on wood. But let's face it, visiting the doctor is part of life, whether you're feeling under the weather or just getting a checkup. And the English you use there? It's pretty unique.
Definitely. I remember the first time I had to describe my symptoms in English. I feel weird wasn't exactly helpful. So, Jake, where do we even start with English for health conversations?
Great question, Nina. Let's start at the beginning, making an appointment. Even native speakers sometimes fumble here. Usually, you'd call the doctor's office and say, I'd like to make an appointment. If it's urgent, you can say, I need to see the doctor as soon as possible.
What if you don't know the word for your problem? Like, my stomach is angry? That happened to me once.
Ah, angry stomach is pretty creative. The key is to use simple words and describe what you feel. For example, I have stomach pain or my stomach hurts. Doctors don't expect fancy vocabulary. They want clear descriptions.
Okay, so keep it simple. But what if you're not sure if it's an emergency? Is there a phrase for that?
Absolutely. You can say, I'm not sure if this is urgent, but I'd like to see a doctor. That helps the receptionist decide how quickly you need to be seen. And if it is an emergency, you should definitely say, I need to see someone immediately.
What about all those tricky forms they make you fill out when you get there? Medical history, allergies. Sometimes the words are so technical.
Oh, the infamous paperwork. Don't worry, we've all been there. Some common words are allergies, things that make you sick, current medications, what you're taking now, and past surgeries, operations you've had. If you don't know a word, it's totally okay to ask. Just say, could you explain what this means?
I remember seeing, have you ever fainted? On a form and thinking, do they mean on purpose or by accident? So, faint means to lose consciousness, right?
Exactly. If you ever blacked out or lost consciousness, that's fainting. Don't worry, they won't judge you if you've fainted watching a scary movie.
Okay, so we've survived the paperwork. Next up is the waiting room, which, let's be honest, is never actually quick. Any useful English for that part?
Oh, waiting rooms, the real test of patience. You might hear, the doctor will be with you shortly, which usually means, well, who knows how long. If you need help, you can say, excuse me, how much longer will it be? Or, could you tell me when I'll be called?
And if you're nervous, can you say that? Like, I'm a bit anxious?
Absolutely. You can say, I'm feeling a bit nervous, or this is my first time here. Medical staff are used to people being anxious, so don't be shy about saying how you feel.
Okay, now the nurse calls your name and leads you to the exam room. What's the typical small talk there? I always get so awkward.
Nurses often start with simple questions. How are you today? Or what brings you in? That just means, why are you here? You can answer honestly like, I've been having headaches, or I need a physical exam.
What if you don't know the word for your problem? Like, if you have a rash but you've never learned that word?
You can always describe it. Say, I have red spots on my skin, or my skin is itchy and looks strange. Remember, you don't need perfect vocabulary, just describe what you see or feel.
I love that. Okay, so the nurse might check your vital signs, right? Like temperature, blood pressure, and so on?
That's right. Vitals are just the basic measurements: temperature, blood pressure, pulse, and sometimes weight. If you're confused, you can ask, what are you checking? Or is this normal?
Here's a fun question. What's the weirdest vital sign you've ever had checked, Jake?
Once, a doctor checked my oxygen level with a little clip on my finger. I thought it was a mini spaceship. It's called a pulse oximeter, and it measures how much oxygen is in your blood.
Wow, I always wondered about that thing. Okay, so now the doctor comes in. What's the classic opening line?
Usually, it's what seems to be the problem, or how can I help you today? That's your cue to describe your symptoms, like I've been coughing for 3 days, or I have a sore throat.
So, let's role play. Pretend I'm the patient. Doctor, I feel dizzy and tired all the time. How should I continue?
Great. The doctor might ask, when did this start? Or have you had this before? Be ready to answer with time phrases. It started last week, or this is the first time. Details help them help you.
And what about the pain scale? Sometimes they ask, on a scale of 1 to 10, how bad is the pain? I always panic and say, 7?
That's super common. The scale helps the doctor know how serious it is. 1 means barely any pain, and 10 is the worst pain you can imagine. Don't worry about being exact, just give your best guess.
And if you want to show where it hurts, what's a good phrase?
You can point and say, it hurts here, or the pain is in my lower back. If it moves, you can say, the pain travels from my chest to my shoulder.
What if you're worried it's something serious, like a heart attack?
Tell the doctor right away. Say, I'm worried this could be serious, or I'm afraid it might be a heart attack. Don't hold back, doctors need all the information.
Okay, let's talk about those mysterious medical terms doctors use. Sometimes they say things like, you have bronchitis. Should you just nod? Or is it okay to ask for an explanation?
Always ask. Say, could you explain what that means? Or can you tell me more about it? Good doctors are happy to explain things in simple language.
What if you don't understand their explanation the first time?
No problem. Try, I'm sorry, I didn't understand. Could you say that another way? Or can you give me an example? It's your health. Never be shy about asking questions.
Okay, so let's say the doctor gives you a prescription. What are the magic words if you don't know how to take the medicine?
Ask, how should I take this? Or how many times a day? You can also say, are there any side effects? That means, will this medicine make me feel weird in other ways?
And what if the doctor says, take it with food? Does that mean before, during, or after eating?
Usually it means during or just after eating, but you can always ask for details. Should I take this before or after meals?
Okay, let's get even more real. What if you have to refuse a treatment or you're worried about cost?
You can say, I'd like to think about it, or are there other options? For cost, how much will this cost? Or is this covered by insurance? Are both polite and clear?
Here's a big one. Sometimes you need a sick note for work or school. What's the phrase for that?
Just ask, could I get a doctor's note for work? Or can you write a note for my school? Doctors write these all the time. It's totally normal.
Okay, time for a quick lightning round. I'll say a symptom, and you give me a simple phrase for it in English. Ready?
I feel nauseous, or I feel like I might throw up. My chest feels tight, or I have tightness in my chest.
Well done. Okay, let's take a question from our audience. This one's from Maria in Brazil. She asks, what should I say if I don't know the name of a medicine I'm allergic to?
Great question, Maria. You can say, I'm allergic to a medicine, but I don't remember the name. Can you check my records? Or describe it. It was a white pill for pain. It's always best to tell them as much as you can, even if you're not sure.
I like that. Just give as many details as possible. Okay, so I have to ask, Jake, what's the funniest language fail you've ever had at the doctor's?
Oh, this is embarrassing. Once I tried to say I have a cold, but I mixed up cold and cold sore. I told the doctor I have a cold sore all over my body, and she looked at me like I was a medical mystery.
Oh no. I once told a doctor, my head is exploding, when I meant I have a headache. He started checking my blood pressure like I was about to burst.
See, folks, even native speakers make mistakes. The important thing is to try, laugh it off, and keep communicating.
Okay, before we wrap up, let's give our listeners some key takeaways. Jake, What's your top tip for English at the doctor's office?
My number one tip, keep it simple and clear. Describe what you feel when it started and how bad it is. Don't worry about fancy words. Doctors just want the facts.
I'd say, never be afraid to ask questions. If you don't understand, ask for an explanation or an example. It's your health.
Don't forget, you can always bring a list of your symptoms or questions to help you remember everything you want to say.
Plus, you can ask for a translator or someone to help if you're really stuck. Most clinics are happy to help you communicate.
Absolutely. And one last thing, if you have a funny or confusing doctor's office story, we want to hear it. Send us your stories or questions for a future episode.
Don't forget to follow us, share this episode with your friends, and subscribe so you never miss our language adventures.
Thanks for joining us at Everyday English Explorers. Stay healthy, stay curious, and keep practicing your English even in the waiting room.